Tom Aspinall just opened up about his interest in stepping into the boxing ring with Francis Ngannou. He made it clear he's not chasing a boxing title. The goal is simple: big fights, big paydays. This move has only fueled speculation that Aspinall might explore opportunities outside the UFC once his contract allows, especially with the lingering eye issues from the Ciryl Gane no contest at UFC 321 still affecting him. As of now, there's still no official date for the rematch. Tom remains sidelined with vision problems in his right eye, blurred and double vision caused by the eye poke. He hasn't been medically cleared, and the recovery timeline is still up in the air. Dana White has reiterated that the rematch will happen as soon as Aspinall is fit, but the inactivity in the heavyweight division has fans and analysts speculating about a possible interim title, with names like Alex Pereira being mentioned as potential contenders. For now, everyone is watching Aspinall's recovery closely, knowing that the division won't stay still while he's out. Fans were briefly excited when Francis Ngannou expressed interest in returning to the UFC, but that died down too after Dana White publicly rejected him.
You would ever go into boxing?
I'd never be a world champion. I wouldn't try and be a world champion. You need to dedicate your whole life, don't you?
Yeah, but you was good at boxing, though. Coming from an MMA background.
Yeah, but I spent my whole life doing MMA now, haven't I? For me to be like 33 and then think that I'm going to win a world title in boxing, it's unrealistic.
I don't know so much, because with your speed is heavyweight. You got to think in boxing.
I reckon I could have a couple of
warm-ups.
No, I reckon I could have a couple of not freak show fights, but big fights. You know what I mean? Against a big name or something.
Who do you think Tom should fight if he was to box?
Jake Paul, do me.
Oh no.
Tom.
I wouldn't mind boxing an MMA fighter. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be.
I think Gane would be a good fight, no?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
That'd be a big fight, that.
Mate, I've got fights.
You walk him out, yeah?
100%. I mean,
I've got fights in the UFC to do first.
Yeah.
I've got them fights to do.
There's a lot of money to be earned. Because look at Mayweather McGregor. Them two had it off.
Ilia Topuria just sat down with Spanish ESPN and went through a ton of stuff, giving a clear picture of where he's at. On the fighting front, he weighed in on the UFC's new interim lightweight title between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, calling it fair since both earned it and promising it's going to be a real clash, complimenting Paddy's exceptional ground game, and noted that Justin brings heavy kicks and raw power, promising fans a true clash of styles. Ilia also opened up about his own situation, doubling down he won't fight in the first part of the year due to personal matters, but he praised the UFC for being supportive and understanding. He revealed that he has now forgiven Paddy for his controversial tweet about Russia and Georgia, saying everyone slips up and what matters most is the fight itself. El Matador also revealed that if Justin beats Paddy, the UFC has other plans for him, hinting that Ilia won't fight Justin next, but will target a different matchup, which we'll break down shortly. On his own return, family and personal life are the priority for now, but once that's in order, he promises to deliver the kind of show fans expect, keeping an open mind about potentially facing the interim champ early next year while clearly hyped for any matchup that comes his way. Here's Bisping and Felder breaking down these recent Topuria news.
Ilia's going through a divorce. I think it's a little bit messy with the children. I don't want to get into those details, but he wants the division to move along, so he's said, listen, bring in an interim or something. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't mind if there's going to be an interim title on the line because Ilia is stepping away and we don't really know how long and drug out this could be and how long he's going to be away. He keeps pushing it back. Originally, he was saying he was going to be January. Now maybe March, probably something like that. I did think the matchup is interesting. I didn't see that coming. I thought potentially those two would be fighting maybe if Ilia was fighting Arman or, however they were going to figure that situation out. But with Arman having come off such a big win recently, that's where I felt like it was an interesting matchup that he's just getting yet again kind of left on the side of this whole equation. Do I think it's going to be a super exciting fight? Hell yeah.
Just a day after Ilia Topuria's interview with Spanish ESPN, the champ sat down with a Georgian sports channel and finally addressed the burning question on every fan's mind. What happens if Justin Gaethje defeats Paddy Pimblett and captures the interim belt? Ilia didn't hold back, revealing that if Justin wins, he would most definitely move to boxing, and he even dropped the name of a potential first opponent, giving fans a sneak peek into his next chapter. This isn't exactly surprising coming from El Matador, who's always been vocal about ending his UFC run while still in his prime. Most insiders expected him to have only a handful of fights left in the octagon, and a Gaethje upset could accelerate that timeline, pushing Topuria closer to the boxing ring sooner than anticipated. Fans are intrigued, curious to see Ilia in a boxing setup, though most know Canelo and other boxing icons are on another level. Still, they're eager to watch him there, but there's no doubt MMA fans want him to stay in the UFC. A potential matchup with the likes of Islam Makhachev would generate tremendous amount of hype. Alright, let's dive into the interview.
რამდენად რეალურად ხედავთ იმას, რომ თქვენ ცოტა ხნით დროებით დატოვოთ UFC და გქონდეთ კრივის სუპერ მატჩი, ასე ვთქვა.
მოხდება, აუცილებლად მოხდება.
მეტოქე ხომ არ ყავთ უკვე არჩეული, ვინ შეიძლება იყოს?
ბოქსში გადასვლისას თუ ვინმესთან მენდომებოდა ჩემი თავის დანახვა, იქნებოდა საუკეთესოსთან, ხო? და მასთან მოსიდი თავს. დღესდღეობით საუკეთესო არის კანელო. ასე რომ ჩემი მიზანიც ეგ არის. Canelo.
Josh Thomson just lit up the heavyweight conversation by saying he believes the UFC will book Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane for an interim heavyweight title in early 2026. With Tom Aspinall announcing that his eye is in bad condition and he will be out for a long time, the timing actually lines up. The division suddenly needs movement, and Pereira is the biggest name available while Gane is coming off a no-contest title shot of his own. Paddy versus Justin is set for late January, so there is room for one big event before that, which makes a Pereira versus Gane interim title fight completely realistic. Two elite high-level strikers meeting at heavyweight on a pay-per-view stage would be insane. And if that matchup actually happens, it is one of the toughest stylistic reads in the entire division. Gane is the slickest mover the heavyweight division has ever seen, extremely light on his feet, very good at managing distance, and almost impossible to corner cleanly. But Pereira brings something the Frenchman has never dealt with: fight-ending power with insane precision from both hands. And he only needs one clean connection to put anyone down. As of now, nothing is confirmed, but the MMA community is definitely excited for what's next for heavyweight division.
Why do you think that Dana took this approach on the first cards? This is the very first card on Paramount and the new TV deal and TV rights deal. Like, do you just think that they looked at Paddy and go, look, Paddy's all we have right now? He's the biggest probably draw we can get. Islam just fought. Chimaev just fought. Chimaev's injured right now. Like, we don't really have. Alex will step up. I honestly believe that Alex and Gane is going to be the very first CBS fight. I'm just in my mind right now. It's just actually, as we're talking, I'm going, there's just too many things. There's too many coincidences, like coincidences in this whole situation. Like John going, yeah, if it's not on the White House card, okay, I'll just, move on, or I'll do something else, whatever it is. And then you got Alex and you got Gane face to face at these events. And Tom Aspinall now all of a sudden it's the eye and the medical report, and I could just see it happening.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.